Okay, well, hello friends. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching if you are. Welcome to another Prefect 99 live stream, which is well and truly long overdue. What can I say? I've not been in X-Plane for a while, and it was a couple of weeks ago I did one sector into Manchester, and it was a bit rusty, so I think it's time for some circuits. It's relatively quiet here at Manchester. One ground controller. Hopefully it will perk up a bit, and it would certainly be easier to have a tower controller on. Anyway, here we are, stand 61 in a sort of 32 squadron livery. Not quite though, needs a bit of work, but not bad to start with. You'd think it would be quite easy to stick a stripe on an aeroplane, but I found out the hard way it wasn't. And she looks a bit grubby as well. Anyway, without further ado, let's do some circuits, and then as we are loading, we'll talk about what we're going to do. If we have to go somewhere else, we can. I've got my trusty CAA VFR chart, so we can actually do some VFR nav and just do it on the hoof. Anyway, enough about that. We're going to do some circuits here at Manchester. It's 05 left, so we'll probably do left-hand turns for that. So there's a little bit of stuff to go into the FMC, which is a bit unrealistic, but it just helps. So yeah, let's jump in. Delivery might not be perfect. Whatever, so it is cold and dark. The frame rate is holding up quite well. It's in the 30s. Vulkan seems to be working for me again, as you can see from the CPU times. Anyway, we need to load the airplane up. So we're going to have 0 payload. I think we're going to have 15 tons of fuel. It's going to give us 57 tons to play with. And, well, 1 POB be more like 6, 7, 8, 9 in reality.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Cool. No flight leg to start because we don't want any of the cabin announcements. So they're on steady. Everything else looks normal, so we can get the battery.
Good afternoon. Bye bye.
Let's get the IRSs aligning before we do anything else. It's going to be 9 minutes. We're going to need about that long to brief and set up anyway. We should be able to self-position off this stand. Is that a little bit of a stutter? No, it seems okay. Pop one pump on for the APU. I know we're not going to start it up just yet. Get it running. Cabin util IFEs on. Those are all normal. I did check them. I'm not going to check crossfeed. Although 15 tons of fuel, we want to have some in the center tanks. Happy days. We can leave all those off. That's Micro's parked, igniter's right, cabin out. We're actually going to leave sector 0. Just so the airplane doesn't pressurize, unless we end up going a bit higher. Good, anti-ice not required. It's not a bad day actually today. You lead, leave off. Packs can come to auto, those are all set, so I do remember a little bit. Don't need the logo. Position and strobe. Position and strobe checked. We'll set some nav aids, we won't be using them. In the circuit, I think we're going to want 1800 at Manchester. Ground isn't going to control us for that anyway. It's 052 is the runway. The reciprocal of that is 232, and I'm only saying that here as a reminder, just as a reminder. We will take off with autopilot heading altitude, just the initial takeoff, the first one, and then we'll get going back around. We'll do the speeds in a little bit. Nav aids wise, let's have a look. I think we can set the... Oh, we're going to need the Manchester VOR. No, we're probably not. If we go anywhere, I go down to Birmingham, but there's only the NDP down there, so I suppose we could set that track to it. Trent VOR. I'm happy we're not going to need anything. What I will do is put the ILS for Manchester, and I said which runway it was if I left. I'm going to pop that. If if it isn't still there. 1095. So let's set that. I'm going to have that standby. That was the nav radio, good. Delivery, and nobody's online now. Oh, never mind. Well, we've got the airfield to ourselves. 1217. We really don't need to talk to delivery. So I will set radios like that. We'll send him a message, see if he wants to talk to us. I don't think any of the other centres are going to cover us. We've got Scottish and London West. We could have gone down to Newquay. I wanted to give some tower controllers something to do, something unusual. So it says there's somebody at East Midlands online. Not sure that's right. We could go there. I don't see them. But then we are on the ground, so it does reduce the range a little bit. Anyway, for now, there you go, the aeroplane is filling up with fuel. Let's check the nav data in case we do need to go. 26k winglets. They're at 2109 from September the 9th to October the 6th, 21, so that's fine. We're at Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, we are going to self-position. Like I said, we're off stand 61, which is way over grey. Get the weather in a moment. Oh, there is no weather anymore, but it was there. Variable 3 knots, 10k or more, overcast 4,800, temperature 170.12, QNH 1017. That was information tango, so let's set 1017. Could just go for a bimble, to be honest. Shoot an ILS, and then go into the visual circuit. Doable. Sorry if there's interference on the mic, I can't see it. Anyway, don't need a route. Don't need climb cruise descent. 1800 in there. What we do need is runways right left. Anything else? Left. I'm going to put anything else in. That may look like a bit of a mess. So 43.1 there is our zero fuel. I'm going to plan 15. Our reserves, well, we haven't got a nominated alternator, we're going to put 3 tons in. Something like that. So we're going to get those cautions. We don't need the winds, we don't need the ISA deviation. What we do need is the limits. We're not going to do any D rates because all power available, even though we are going to be relatively light. Want that performance available, you don't want to mess with that. Your flat 5 takeoff. I'm just going to accept the speeds as they are. I've mapped a trim command to set flat 5, it should be about 5.5 to be honest. 40, we know we've got ample runway available here at Manchester. I have put in that planned figure, so that should all work out. 140 seems about right. You can see it not changing. It's dry, we're not going to put any of that in. Thrust reduction we're also going to ignore. So put that to 3, although it shouldn't make a difference. that to 3 as well. Not that you have to. So, don't want any of that. Do want fix is that. So I'm going to put a point left and right on our ring. I'm going to be doing left-hand circuits, so the B is going to be 2, 2. And once the RS is aligned, we should see that. We have a line. Oh, look, there we go. So there you go, 4-mile ring. And that's a beam downwind. You wouldn't put that in reality, but we're going to take off to the left-hand turn, and that just helps us with our timing. The rules for timing are quite simple. Start timing a beam, that's what that's for. Use the stopwatch. 2 times the out in feet is plus or minus the wind correction, is when you select gear down flap 15, and then 3 times is the start of the turn of flap 25, the descent. And everything else, we're not going to use any instruments, we're not going to cheat, just do it visually. The elevation here is 257, so 1800 gives us approximately 1500 feet above the aerodrome, and so it'll be 30 seconds for gear down flap 15 and then 45 seconds for the turn. Speeds aren't flown precisely, it's just left in flap 5 downwind. So I think I've got that clear in my head. I hope I've explained it briefly, but okay. Manchester ground is back online. So let's get the ATIS. I don't think it works. 121975.
Manchester ground, hello, EV625, radio check. EV625, Manchester ground, readability 5, how do you rate please? Readability 5. Lovely.
Okay, brake is on. Get the chocks out just in case we don't want to push. It's going to be up to him whether we do or not. We're just waiting for the fuel.
And Manchester ground, EV625, we are a Airbus A20 Neo at stand 42 with information Juliet QNH1017 requesting IFR clearance to Innsbruck. EV625, Manchester ground, hello again. You're cleared to Innsbruck via December 1 Romeo departure, runway 23 right, squawk 5015.
That also helps the extended centre line.
Via the December 1 Romeo departure, runway 23 right, squawk 5015, EC65. EC625, read back correct. QNH is 1017. QNH 1017, EC65.
So we're just waiting for our fuel. Let's get the approach, let's get the aerodrome plates up because we are going to have to taxi. Shouldn't be too challenging. We're on stand 6-1. I think we can just do a turn out to the left. But that might be a little bit ambitious. I don't think it would be a problem. A little bit of differential thrust. A bit more. We could go around to the left. So, let's figure that out. No nav aids, no flight director. No, we're just going to take off straight ahead, 1800, and left turn. With relatively little wind.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Good, so they're all done. I know that's a little bit non-standard. Leave the door open, I think we'll get in-flight noises, which will be odd. So I'm going to start the APU up. We don't need clearance for that. Now we can disconnect. Start thinking about getting going. So it's Info Juliet. Nobody else online to talk to apart from ground to give us a taxi. Where's that speedbird? Oh no, there was an easy. There was a speedbird over here. Apart from that, it's relatively quiet. I don't think there are any self-maneuvering stands in Manchester.
Manchester ground, EV65, stand 42, ready for push and start. EV65, stand by. You might expect a rerouting because there's been a runway change to 05 left, so we'll be following you shortly. Manchester ground, Tronics, Bose Sierra Lima, with you at Hotel.
Okay, the aeroplane is now self-powered.
Manchester ground gate, afternoon to you, sir. Taxi stand 5 via Juliet, for Papa, Lima. Yeah, that's it. Taxi stand 5 via Juliet, Papa, and Lima, Tronics 1 Sierra Lima. Tronics 1 Sierra Lima, my mistake, it's stand 4. No worries, stand 4.
Manchester ground, good afternoon. Prefect 99, stand 61, request engine start and permission to self-maneuver off stand.
Victor Golf, 1999, hello, information kilo now current, again H1017, self-maneuvering is approved and startup is also approved.
Start and self-maneuver approved and we'll call before taxi, QNH1017, Prefect 99, thanks. So we have been effectively cleared to start. I'm just going to pop that on with the circuit code for remaining. We have got all the pumps on. We are going to turn the packs off because we're starting up first. Strobe comes on. Airplane secure, no chocks. Got our fuel and we'll start engine number 2. RTO.
EC65. Go ahead, EC65. EC65, sent you
There we go, we don't have the AP bleed on, that'll help.
Via text, so just report when you put it into FMS. We'll go EC65.
Fuel on. So it is easy to get out of sequence when you're doing non-standard things.
And EC65, I'm sorry, just for my confirmation, you received the rerouting? Negative, EC65. EC65 and now. Rerouting Listo Lima 61.
So there we go, stable.
Honolulu and as filed, EC65.
Start engine number 1.
Correct. And EC65 report ready to copy clearance. EC625 we're ready to copy. EC65 here, we're cleared via the Listo 2 Sierra departure runway 05 left. Pre-cleared via the Listo 2 Sierra departure runway 05 left, EC65.
was the starter cut out? I missed it the first time. So 2 stable engines, 2, 4, 6. Pumps are all on. Don't need the APU. We haven't had the hydraulics messed around with, so we can go straight into those. Get rid of that one. And if the frames are a bit too much here, maybe we'll go to its Midlands. Just do a quick little transit over there.
Manchester ground, 65, we're ready for push and start again. Easy 65, stand 42, push and start approach, face south.
There you go, flat 5, green light. Full forward, full off, full left, full right, full right, right rudder. Effectively the before taxi, no push, because we ain't doing it. All's checked, and we'll just run through the checks. Nothing to set really for the FMS apart from those useful bits.
Manchester ground, good evening, for 2 kilos, exited Hello.
Jets on, APU's off, start switches continuous. TI's not required.
Taxi straight ahead, stand 5, 0,
Conditioning packs auto, bleeds on, ISO's auto.
Stand 5, 0, Golf, for 2
Don't need the outset. Flap 5, 5 green lights. Stand trim 5 and 5 set. It resets to that anyway. Start levers 2. Idle D10 we have. Flight controls checked, recalls checked. We go to taxi. Prefect 99 stand 61, request taxi 05 left remaining.
Taxi on point runway 05 left via Delta and Alpha.
Holding point 05 left via Delta Alpha. 99, thank you. So, brakes off.
Kilo, is it okay if we take stand 49?
Good.
Thank you very much.
So, clear left, clear right. Just get all those on and we'll start that timer. So he's given us Delta and Alpha. It's a bit of an interesting way round. I'm sure it'll work out. And I'm just going to do a quick check. Config set. Couldn't quite do it there, although it would have gone off anyway. So this is Delta.
And Victor Lima 99 set squawk 3271.
Squawk 3271, prefect 99. So we've got the jet center down here. Alpha might be a little bit tight. So still a little bit of stuttering on that, I think, on the fixed rings. So for the first takeoff, you're going to need flight director. Let's see if we can get anything decent.
Nothing further for departure. Unica 122.8, switch check call.
Unicon 122.8, thanks for the service. 99, bye bye. So, should go all the way down to the end. We don't need it for performance reasons. So, I'm going to pop TARA on. Right down to the end just in case anybody does get here before us. See any traffic. Brakes work. So, heading selected for departure. Toga vertical speed, and we should level off at 1800. Be a little bit rapid, might be a little bit not smooth. Brake is set. Let me just check the X-plane map for traffic, because that can all be better. Cool. So we are effectively good to go. Manchester traffic, prefect 99 lining up and taking off runway 05 left to remain in the circuit. So, lights, transponder I've already done, camera. It's given us a squawk.
Flight attendant spare for takeoff, please.
Don't really want to use that. So you can get it going pretty quick. I know it was a little bit delayed, just took a while with scenery loading. How the frame's doing with all this grass and everything, it does look good. Still feels a little jumpy, but it's a hell of a lot better than GL.
Approaching 05 left.
Got shadows and quite a bit of scenery on.
On runway 05 left.
There we go, that'll do us. So 40%. Stable, power. Wrong one. Toga.
Extra traffic, behind the departing traffic, runway 05 left, lining up, runway 25 left, U65.
V1, rotate.
There we go, 10 degrees. Gear up. To the flight director.
$400.
There you go, she's pitching a little bit. So,
1,000.
we've out captured already. Didn't have time to get the vertical speed in. So we're going to remain at flap 5. We're going to leave the start switches continuous. Just because that's the easy way to do it.
Traffic, runway 09 vacant.
Going to do a left turn to 322. No, not 322. 232. There it is. You can see it over there to remind me. Gear up off flap 5.
Roger, traffic DZ625, departing runway 05 left, matching traffic.
And we'll see how we get on. What I do need to do in the inner ref is take flap 30, 44. Gives us our speeds. We need to get her into landing mode. Just need the speed table. Actually, a little bit of wind correction. Actually, there's traffic, prefect 99. Downwind, left hand, touch and go. 05 left.
Matching traffic DZ625, airborne 05 left, passing 1,000 feet, listed to Sierra departure.
So we want 1344. And I don't know what that's picking up. Did I want to pick that up? Anyway, we'll see how we get on if I have to set flap. It should figure it out once we start putting it out. Anyway, there's the chrono. No real visual aids apart from that lake to aim for. Perspective is slightly different, which is why I've just drifted off height. 55 sounds about right. It's in go around mode. Could do with getting rid of the deviation pointers, to be honest. 30 seconds, gear down, flap 50. Nothing to match speed with. You just want to maintain the attitude, or at least try to maintain the altitude. There you go, 45. Flap 25, start a gentle descent, and we'll start the turn. Manchester traffic, prefect 99, final 05 left, touch and go. Probably going to need to be a tighter turn than that. But is it easy to end up descending a little bit too quick? As I think we really are. So don't arm the speed brake. Just time that turn. And that's why you need the extended centre line, just to help out. Of course, you'd be doing this more visually in reality. That rate of descent is too high and we're too far out.
1,000.
See, we're low, so we will delay taking flap. Not perfect. No one to clear us, so we're going to self-clear for landing.
Flaps.
Brakes off.
Flaps.
Okay, she can shut up.
Flaps.
So we
Flaps.
get a better one out next time. So, landing flap, we're holding, gear down 3 quick starts, which is still continuous. It's checked. The speed brake is not armed like you normally would. Tell you what, I'm making this look hard work.
500.
Let's go flap 30. Even though we're a little bit low, we're a bit quick as as well. There we go. On to Happy's.
400.
Okay, that's looking better.
300.
It's a little bit quick. A bit deceptive.
200. 100.
So we're a bit low.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
So stand them up. Flap 15. Reset the trim.
5,000 feet remaining.
And we can rotate once we've got 15.
4,000
Go.
remaining. 3,000 remaining.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Okay, we can start our turn at 400, climbing turn, reduce power a little. Start looking, planning to anticipate. Go to flap 5, that will just allow us to accelerate a little bit. Should have done that
1,000.
slightly earlier. See the airplane bombs out though. So best level off in the world as the speed runs away. Gear up on flap 5, we'll leave the switches as they are. There's 232 in our lake. Ended up losing some height there, this is not particularly well flown. Any stretch of the imagination. See how rusty I am. It doesn't help that the view changed. I haven't had much experience with the new position. But I'm getting the excuses in early. Let's start the time. So good landing, yeah, I'll take that. Matches traffic, prefect 99, downwind, left hand, runway 05, left touch and go. Let's try and get within 2 degrees of heading. 30 seconds, gear down, flap 15. Speed is still the same. We go flap 25, start the gradual descent. Start the turn. Matches traffic, prefect 99, final, 05 left, touch and go. So we're a little bit slow. Just adding a little bit of power to try and get us back on the carrot. Oh, not on the carrot, on the select speed. Trying to maintain that 500 feet per minute descent rate. All in all, a bit ropey so far.
1,000.
So speed brake's not armed, gear down 3 green, start switch is continuous. Not been cleared to land or self-clear at the moment. Still a bit low, so I might just have to bring that timing back a bit. Welcome to whoever's just joined, come and watch me embarrass myself. I'll take a flap a little bit later. Check, holding on the landing flap. There you go, gravity's coming in.
Approaching 0-5 left.
Just feel like I'm having to trim a lot.
400.
We're a bit slow.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, we'll stand them up. Trim set. Oh, it's because it was flat 40.
Feet remaining. 4,000 remaining.
Flat 15 and go.
3,000 remaining.
Rotate.
2,000 remaining.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Flat 5, we'll start our climbing turn. 80%, maintaining about 160. About 10 degrees, give or take. Still a bit messy.
1,000.
About 5 degrees pitch up. About 55%. Maybe not quite. Wouldn't want to be in the back of this, I'll tell you that. So a bit of a thump that time, we were a bit high. Wasn't quite as good. Gear up on flap 5. Managed traffic prefect 99 downwind left hand, touch and go, runway 05 left. So, there we go. Let's try 25, 40. Shouldn't need it, but seem to be low. So 25 for gear down. Flap 15, the aeroplane will want to float. So maintain altitude as the speed reduces. Flap 25, start the turn and start the descent. Manchester traffic, prefect 99, final 05 left, touch and go. It's about there. Flap 25, so I'm not sure why it's so out of trip. Should, in theory, be able to leave the power pretty much where it is throughout the circuit. It's far too high rate descent. Speed brake's not armed. Holding on the leg, flap gear down, 3 green, start switch is continuous. Equals checked. Still a bit low.
Approaching
Just hold
0,
on that flap
5
for a moment.
left.
Incredibly out of trip. We get one coming in, flap 30. Landing checks
500.
complete. Self-clear to land.
$400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That's a bit floaty. Okay, stand them up, reset trip. Flap 15.
5,000 feet remaining.
Make that flat.
4,000 remaining.
Go.
3,000 remaining.
Positive rate.
10 degrees, gear up.
$400.
Flap 5. Start the turn. Just bring back the power to keep it a little bit more under control. Of course, to make this
1,000.
easier, in some ways it's easier. You can fly a little bit higher. You can pick maybe 2,000. But it's the above runway that you need for the maths. So about 150 feet before we're going to start leveling off. Which is 10% of your vertical speed. Still bring the power back as well. Still nobody else online. If you are watching, do say hi. I can't promise that I'll see much in the chat. You can see this is good for your hand flying, maintaining an altitude, getting the scan going, maintaining a heading or a track. He says not doing it very well. Use those visual references outside in the circuit. today. Anyway, gear up and off. About 2 degrees out as well. Manchester traffic, prefect 99, downwind left hand, runway 05 left, touch and go. So you can see how useful that beam point is. It's a little bit quick. 20 and I say 20 and 40 again. A bit high. Good enough for the SIP. Get out. Flap 15. Flap 25. Start that descent. Start that turn.
Traffic EV14 Echo Tango, expect ILS 005 left. We're following a turn in on final. We'll call for establishment of traffic.
So hope he adds his distance as well. Manchester traffic, prefect 99, final 05 left, touch and go. And we're about 3-4 mile out, which is why that fixed ring is useful. Just don't forget I haven't got any DME tuned. Yeah, these are really sloppy. God, you're just going to have to do much more practice. Shot 2 Libra in the text, you can be on a 10 mile final, good for you, but unlike the military, you've got to fit in with the visual traffic. Yeah, hey ho. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. So start switch is continuous, speed brakes not on, gear down 3 green, holding on the landing flag. Call is checked. Oh, there we go. That was better. I think I'm just flying it better. It's that final turn that I was not doing too well on. I'm ready to descend. Overshot that turn a little bit.
Approaching 05 left.
As you can see, there's hardly any wind down here. So
300.
Still not quite getting it.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Come on, down we go. There we go. Stand 'em up, reset, flaps up. Flaps to 15.
5,000 feet remaining. 4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining.
We'll extend downwind if we have to. So ready, gear up. Flap 5, upwind turn.
Speedbird, just in front of the 1 Tango, thanks for that. You've not posted or said anything on Unicom at all, and now you've smack in front of us, so cheers. Easy 1 Tango.
1,000.
So let's worry a little bit less about them and look at our speed. Bring that back a little bit. 200 foot before, give or take. Pitch to 5. Well, nobody hears him.
Manchester traffic shuttle 3 Hotel expediting departure via Alpha Golf 1.
Just traffic prefect 99 downwind and left hand 05 left touch and go.
Just clarify, Manchester traffic EQ14X Tango, we've had to make a right hand orbit due to something not announced on Unicom and then us having to break off, so we're just making the right hander to establish now on 05 left, what's left.
What's your DME?
We're 9 miles, but we're based in 259 at the moment. We're just making a right hander now.
Oh, roger, mate. I'll get him before you.
Yeah, we'll slow it down as well. One for it.
That's alright. We'll be 4 mile final in about 2 minutes.
Manchester traffic shuttle 3 Hotel is clear from them.
Get out. Flap 15. Gotta try and keep an eye on the time as well. We'll let that balloon go. Flap 25 as well. Start that descent. Should have turned well earlier than that, never mind. Prefect 99 final, 05 left, touch and go. Try about 60%, see how that works. It's just incredibly. Trim seems like much more hard work. Maybe just because I've been doing much more real world flying and not getting any feedback. Or maybe it's just got more frequent. That could be it too. So, the brakes off, speed brakes up. Gear down 3 green, flap 25, starts just continuous. Self-clearance, recalls checked, holding on the landing flap. So a little bit low.
Approaching 05
30.
left.
Could switch over to the other runway if we really needed to, if it starts to get busy. A little bit better.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I'll do. Oh, that was a bit of fun. Stand 'em up, reset trip, flap 15.
5,000 feet remaining.
Gotta wait for that flap.
4,000.
There it is. Rotate.
3,000 remaining.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
400.
Manchester traffic runner 606 Panther, it's passing over 05 left north of the decimal, get touch, Manchester traffic. Manchester traffic, EG 14X Tango 05 left, localizer established.
How many miles? How many miles?
$1,000.
Just keep the speed under control. 10 degrees, 20 degrees angle of bank. 150 feet. Start the level off and bring the power back at the same time.
EC 14X Tango fully established, 05 left 5 miles.
5 degrees back to about there. Oh, maybe it was a bit keen. So just ground online. Shame there's no one else. If anyone's watching, feel free to give us a vote on what to do. The landings are still, they're not bad, but they're not great either. Like I say, just a bit more feel and practice required, I think. Always self-position for the other runway.
Manchester traffic, runner 606 Papa clear from 05 left, Manchester traffic.
3899 downwind. Left hand 05 left, visual arm approach, touch and go.
Manchester traffic, EC 14X Tango clear to land 05 left.
I mean, I'd say 2 mile final, but never mind. That's just me. So once he's a beam, we can start our turn. It's a good rule, it works in reality as well. So I'm going to try, I think, 35 this time. Flap 25, start the turn, there we go. Briefing 99, final, 05 left, touch and go, number 2. Off, brakes not on, before we on the flap, start switch is continuous.
If you want for it, tailback internet open.
There we go, and we're on the glide. So we can go flap 30. Actually make the correct runway.
1,000.
Now we're a bit high. So he hasn't quite vacated. I don't think he lost the marks. Or aeroplane has to be completely clear of the holding point.
Approaching 05 left.
Oh, this is like in an Airbus. Let's do it.
500. 400. 300.
200. Look good, then I managed to ruin it. But we depart off this one.
100.
Assuming it's a good one.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, that was twitchy. Stand them up. So trim's reset. Flat 50.
Remaining.
See, the airplane just isn't slowing down. That's
remaining.
Standing controls up for flat 50.
3,000
Power.
remaining.
Wait for VREF. VREF rotate.
2,000 remaining.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Take 10.
$400.
Let's go flap up. Let's get flap, flappity flap. Go to 3.
$1,000.
There you go, that passing flap up, flaps up. No lights. Gear up off. Oh, I miss having that one. Manchester traffic perfect 99 departing the zone to the east. So we'll have that, we'll have that.
$1,000 to go.
So Kate. Is it going to capture? Oh, it helps if you get it all follow on, doesn't it? No, it's just me being dense.
$1,000 to go.
There you go, shows how behind you can get. Try and do too many things at once. Let the airplane get stabilised. Probably should have done that manually, got it all set up and then worried about that. So, where are we going to go? Shall we go to East Mids? Let's have a look and see who's online. Let's reset Squawk. Start switches as they are, doing this sort of speed and this sort of height. Let's have a look and see what's online. See any approach at East Mids? No, Bristol's on, Heathrow's on. Maybe we'll just go back to Manchester 8. Practice an ILS. And then we could call that quits, I suppose. It's getting a bit late. I'm getting a little bit hungry. It's not been the best. I think I need to do a bit more. And then I tell you what, I'll probably end up getting back into real world airplanes and then sucking at those, which is less than ideal. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to load the approach. I'm just going to fly. Get the approach chart up. 052, well I had that set, that makes sense, you set that side. 1095, it is 3000, so that's good. You can set the minimums. Not that it matters, 412. And we'll do this without any, what's the word I'm looking for? No, I don't even know. Without any FMC. So, let's fly sort of closing downwind. Go pretty quick as well, don't forget. Paint kit. Came with this, the Zibo. So that's our current weight, and you can see I should have been updating that, but it's a bit too much for one person to do. We are going to go out to at least 8.6 DME. Don't need those, we can do this old school. 052 was changed with the wind. Hey, they're not bad ovals, look at that. It's not bad. Just wasn't my usual level of precision. Ground, still no approach. You can see we're making a radar pattern. Turn base at some point. It's not going to take long. 240 knots is 4 miles a minute, so you know it's only a couple of minutes before we get to that point. So let's start bringing the speed back. Don't know where we're going to vacate. We know we're going to make it. What we can do is take that fixed ring, and we want 10 DME for awareness. This approach is ahead to 3.5. So we want to be intercepting somewhere here so we can do a base and a turn. What you really want to do is come out, do a right angle and a 30-degree intercept. Which will be 20. No, it won't. Oh, shut up. 022. So it looks like all the ATC's gone offline. 052 is set. India Mike. So that's what. I mean, they are different. There you go. Weird. Weird X-plane quirks. So let's go flap 1. I'm on the speed brake already, so I don't forget. That gets a bit more manageable. That's 1 mile a minute we've just lost there. I said the intercept is 8.6 DME. Back to about circuit speed. Circuits are 3 miles a minute. So we'll probably go out to at least 10 before we turn to 322. Which will be our base leg. Further than that actually, just to get that intercept. Let's try it. India Mike 052 10D.
Roger, the traffic's within 764 105 left from me, departure.
Early, just so that we're ready if we do need to intercept. And the only reason I'm not hand flying this is I don't have enough hands. Manchester traffic prefect 99, right base, ILS 05 left indeed. See there, the airplane hasn't pressurised at all. So that's the intercept. Let's get that working. On the approach.
Speedbed 764 airborne.
Go. Now the airplane should capture. Continue that turn. Then we'll start the descent. 3.5 for missed. We're in out hold, so you can change that. At the correct runway, yes. Flap 5. Approach capture. Manchester traffic, prefect 99. Established, ILS 05 left, 8 miles. There we go, we'll fly flap 5 all the way down. So we're holding on the gear, flap set, water brake set, speed brakes arm, star switch is continuous. No one to give us clearance. Scallywags taxiing. Might just be able to get away before we do.
Manchester traffic, easy 56, Foster Papa, push and start, stand 8, facing south.
Manchester traffic, easy 0596, holding runway 05 left at Alpha Foxtrot.
Prefect 99, final, ILS 05 left. 5 miles. So we won't hold him up too much. If he wants to go, he could have gone. In general, if there's anything within 4 miles, you'll want to hold. Get out flap 15, match speed, landing checklist, brake armed, speed brake armed, water brake set, gear down 3 quick start switches, wrinkles checked, and we're holding on the landing flap. And we want 136141.
Flaps.
1,000.
Flaps.
We don't have to be fully until 500 feet for visual approach. Do have to watch the speed.
Approaching 05 left.
Flap 30. Struggling with the trim. A bit of a dirty dive to his macro profile. Watch that rate of descent, not go above 1,000.
400. 300. 200.
Continuing. Might as well have gone all the way down to
minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, well, that's going to be a bit smooth. That was right. Too smooth. The reverses this time. The braker's kicked in. You just go down and park up on the right.
80 knots.
Let's go manual braking. Stopping's assured. We'll shut the reversers.
Such as traffic, easy 3597, line enough runway 05 left.
Get the APU on. Reflect 99, runway 05 left vacated.
Just the traffic, easy 35 reserve that departing runway 05 left.
So I was going for one of these stands down here, although taxiing was pretty poor. As is my parking. Oh, never mind. Well, that was fun. Not that great, but not terrible. Got some more work to do. As overtake was quite hard work.
Easy 56 Foxtrot from the taxi, hold Alpha 105 left. Finally in the Charlie Alpha.
Versus traffic, easy 3597, pass for 1700 feet.
Two blues, one red. Engine's dead. We're not going to look at any replays, guys, just because I'm itching to get dinner on. If you haven't been watching, thanks very much. Hopefully I'll do some more. Nice to get some real world footage in. Doesn't look too bad, does it? It's just at the back where it doesn't quite line up. Not sure if I like that or not. Anyway, thanks for watching. Look after yourselves. Until next time, bye for now.